This video is on your quick estimate and your pricing calculator. In the previous video, we went over how to add your C9s and draw and how to make sure that the right spacing and so forth. We'll get to our other types of lights after this video, C7s, mini lights, and permanent lights. But one of the great things about Holiday Home Concepts is as you're drawing, it's measuring, it's putting things in the right proportion, the lights are the right size, and so forth. So we're actually able to see how many bulbs and everything else we need in our quick estimate right below the canvas. You'll see a button called Estimate with a little eyeball. This is going to let you know exactly what you've added so far. So you'll see the item type, C9s, the variation, warm white, the spacing, amount is bulbs, and length is the number of feet. This is going to multiply by your pricing for your company in your prices section, which we'll get to here in just a second. And then it's going to create a number for you. You can export this to Excel, or you can use our proposal later on, but now you have a little bit of information to go with. To change those prices, to make them your pricing, you'll see at the top of your screen there is a Prices button. Select that Prices button and you'll see a drop-down menu. If you're on a Mac or something like that, you might have to pull up on your screen or guide it down a little bit in order to see the full menu and everything that goes with it. So don't hesitate to just scroll all the way down. The last item you'll see is Spritzer. You'll be able to put pricing in for each type of item. You don't need to put pricing in for everything. Only the items that you personally sell. For most companies, they don't sell more than maybe 5 or 6 items. C9s, mini lights, occasionally, a couple of sizes of wreaths, perhaps some garland. Some of you might carry more items, and that's great. You can add those in from our drop-down list. You'll just see, other things that we offer as well. But for most of you, you'll maybe be doing 5 items total. You'll see the spacings involved for each item or a variation, and you can put your price in. So this is going to be the price for every 12 inches. This will be your price for every 15 inches, every 18 inches, and so forth. So this is not the cost per linear foot. This is the cost for every 12, 15, etc. If you are using 15-inch spacing, but you are charging by the linear foot, this is a very easy conversion. All you have to do is calculate your cost per inch and multiply by 15. That is it. To calculate a cost per inch, take your current price and divide it by 12, because that's how many inches are in a foot. That is your cost per inch. So current price divided by 12. After that, multiply that by 15, and that is your cost for every 15 inches. It is the same formula for any of the other spacings. Take your normal cost per foot, divide by 12, multiply by 18 or 24 or 36, whichever spacings that you are going to need. If you don't sell any of these other spacings, just leave them as 0. No worries on that. Same thing for pretty much everything else. C7s, your mini lights are a little bit different, so you're going to want to put in 0.00001 for all mini light measurement items. 0.000001. We'll explain that later though. Garland is by the linear foot. This number has to do with the thickness of the garland, not the length of the garland. So you just put in your cost per linear foot for 12-inch thick, 18-inch thick. If you sell 14, you can put in whichever of these price, whichever price you want. It doesn't matter too much because the difference between the 12 and the 18 looks a little bit more minimal depending on how fat you want it to look. So we'll get to that also in a little bit. Your permanent lighting is going to have your pricing by the linear foot, no matter what spacing your pucks are. So just go underneath the spacing that matches the pucks for your brand. whichever that is, and put the cost that you charge per foot there. Everything else is by the item. So your wreaths, you look at the size of the wreath and you put that in. Your garland, anything else like that. If you are on a lease model, this would be, again, kind of your all-in price. A lot of people will charge anywhere between 1.25 to 2 times the amount for them for greenery, for example. Once you're done filling out all of this, just hit your update button. You only have to do this once per year. This is a one season thing, unless for whatever reason there's a shocking price increase that you need to make. Of course, you can always come back in and adjust it as needed. But this is something that shouldn't take you more than maybe 10 or 15 minutes once a season to do.